you for that very kind introduction and warm welcome. Sidwell Friends Class of 2025, I am delighted to be here to share this occasion with you. For each of you, today marks one of the most important milestones in your life. You successfully completed the rigorous Sidwell Friends academic program and are prepared to start your next chapter. You have also been immersed in the values of this special community that you will carry with you as you journey through a more expansive world. As you pursue higher education and beyond, the Sidwell Friends values will shine through you, especially when the world needs the light you bring. You all worked tremendously hard to get to this day. You had to get a lot of things right. You had to attain a lot of knowledge to get passing grades. Knowledge, especially in an academic setting, can often feel like a destination, a place where you arrive. Attaining knowledge can feel like collecting treasures that you sort into the containers of your mind to pull out to use as you need. Let's explore what it means to know. I've spent my career pursuing scientific discovery. In scientific fields, we are constantly challenging what we think we know based on new data. We are continually humbled by the evolving state of knowing. We understand that our work is part of a multi-generational endeavor. We build bridges from past knowledge to the knowledge of today and pave the way for the knowledge of tomorrow. What do we ever really know? We used to know that the world was flat and ended just beyond the horizon. We then understood that the world was round and that we were in the center of the universe and the sun and the other planets revolved around us. We then understood that we and the other planets orbited around the sun. We used to know that there were 23 planets in our solar system. Then we understood that some of those objects were moons and large asteroid belt objects. Then we knew there were 9 planets, then 8 after we demoted Pluto. Angering many third graders at the time, I encourage you to check out their hate mail. We now know from our search for exoplanets that there are planets that orbit stars other than our sun, that there are more planets than stars in the universe, and that every star you see in the night sky has at least one planet orbiting it, and likely more. We have only just begun to search for evidence of life that did not originate on Earth. As we take a closer look at Mars, the moons around Saturn and Jupiter, and as we sharpen our focus on the exoplanets in our galaxy, it's only a matter of time until we confirm that life is more abundant and less rare than we once knew. We will one day know that we are not alone in the universe. What knowledge do you have now that will be reshaped by discoveries yet to come? What role might you play in the tapestry of knowledge? What might you uncover in your search for knowledge that will make us all reevaluate what we think we know today? Whatever field you pursue, you will write the next chapter of knowledge and pave the way for generations to come. If you think about it, we humans have figured out quite a lot given our short span of existence in cosmic time. If we use a football field as a timeline, with the Big Bang on one end and today on the other, less than an inch from today is where Homo sapiens first emerged on Earth. If I put my fingernail on today, it'd be roughly the year 1258 AD on the other side. We humans have figured out that in our Milky Way galaxy, there are as many as 400 billion stars, and recent observations from the Hubble Space Telescope indicate that there could be as many as 2 trillion galaxies in the universe. Think about it. If those 2 trillion galaxies have up to 400 billion stars, and those stars have multiple planets, that's a lot of real estate. It's pretty impressive that we've been able to place ourselves within the context of this vastness of time and space, especially with it being so beyond our human scale of existence and all within less than the width of a fingernail. And there is so much more to discover. When I was a student at Sidwell in my senior year, with my graduation day on the horizon, NASA launched a Voyager mission with 2 spacecraft, Voyager 1 and Voyager 2. They were built to last 5 years. Today, over 47 years later, the Voyager spacecraft are still operational, continuing their voyage through interstellar space and downlinking valuable data to the Mission Control Center I can see from my office window. They are the farthest human-made objects from Earth. They explored all the giant outer planets of our solar system, 48 of their moons, and the unique characteristics those planets possess. Their discoveries added to our body of knowledge of our cosmic neighborhood, and textbooks were rewritten. In 2012, I was attending a press conference at NASA headquarters. Voyager 1 had just crossed into interstellar space. Dr. Ed Stone had been the project scientist for the Voyager mission since 1972, and he was on a panel. A journalist asked him, "What are we discovering now that the spacecraft is in interstellar space?" And he responded with much delight, "We are proving ourselves wrong every day." That really stuck with me. So often, we are rewarded when we are right. How boring it would have been for the team of scientists to confirm their theories, to know that they were right. They could have just checked the box and turned off the spacecraft. How much more interesting it was to open up new, previously unimagined exploration space. Over the course of my career, I have seen many missions go from concept to operational scientific discovery machines. They usually start like this. Scientist says, "Engineer, I need you to build something that meets a set of requirements beyond anything that has ever been built before, so I can collect data that has never been collected before and fill in the gaps of scientific knowledge." Engineer says, "That's impossible. I'll do it." And we do, over and over again. We push aside what we think we know we can do and make the impossible possible. Whatever field you decide to pursue, if you remain curious, interrogate knowledge, and consider where you are on your knowledge journey, you will open up discovery space. Doing hard things is where new knowledge grows. Lean in and embrace the difficult challenges. Certainty and conviction can be very satisfying. Strong certainty and conviction, though, can interfere with creativity and further learning, not just in an academic sense, but also in this increasingly complicated world where people are more certain about their differences than their similarities. When you find yourself in a debate with conviction, think about how you can shift it to a conversation with curiosity. Can you engage in discourse in a way that builds bridges rather than walls? The missions I have worked on represent amazing technological feats. The reason these missions were successful was not because of the technology. The technology would not have been possible without incredible teamwork. The teams I've had the pleasure to be a part of consisted of diverse groups of human beings. People from different skill sets from across NASA, private industry, academia, and our international partners come together with a shared sense of mission. We work together through setbacks, failures, and even complete mission loss. We've grieved together, celebrated together, and held our breath together as we waited to learn if our rover made it to the surface of Mars in one piece, and this at 3 a.m. because we were on Mars time. These teams are made up of people across many generations with a variety of worldviews, cultural customs, attitudes, and opinions. We learned how to work well together towards a common cause. As you move into a more expansive world and find yourself on teams with members of all stripes, what role will you play in nurturing a sense of working together towards a common goal? The Voyager spacecraft are marvels of human ingenuity and scientific discovery, but they also helped us understand ourselves better. You may have heard of the overview effect. This refers to the experience some astronauts have when they view Earth from space. It has been described as a cognitive and emotional shift in a person's awareness, their consciousness, and their identity when they see the Earth from space in the context of the universe. The prevailing experience is one of overwhelming emotion and feelings of identification with humankind and the planet as a whole. In 1990, when Voyager 1 was 4 billion miles away, the science team commanded it to look back towards home for a final time and revealed our home planet, to quote Carl Sagan, as a pale blue dot on a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam. Our entire home planet from that vantage point was just the size of a pixel. Humanity was given a fresh new way to know our place in the universe. The overview effect was taken to a whole new level when seeing Earth as that pale blue dot. Carl Sagan urged us, look again at that dot. That's here, that's home, that's us. On it, everyone you love, everyone you know, everyone you ever heard of, every human being who ever was lived out their lives. He went on to say, it underscores the responsibility to deal more kindly with one another and to preserve and cherish the pale blue dot, the only home we've ever known. Can you imagine our world if we could all experience the overview effect? This knowledge could make us feel small and insignificant. It can also reinforce the one thing we know for sure, that this is our home, that this is the home we share with all of humanity and all the other creatures and things of Earth. What role will you play in nurturing the common cause of caring for each other in our shared home, our pale blue dot on a mote of dust suspended in a sunbeam? I encourage you to approach the challenges you'll face, and there will be many, with genuine curiosity and see where you can make the impossible possible. Put aside what you think you know to make room for new possibilities to arise and new knowledge to emerge. As you move on to the next phase in your journey, as you cross into your own personal interstellar space, know when to be less certain and when to be more curious. Carry the light of this special Sidwell community wherever you go, and every now and then delight in proving yourself wrong. Thank you, and congratulations, Sidwell Friends, class of 2025.